First of all, I'd just like to say this is really cool.
Look, can we just talk about something else, please?
Since it's already quiet, I guess we might as well start the team meeting.
Greetings, little big leaguers, wherever you're listening or watching, and welcome to episode 2 of the Little Big League Fantasy Podcast for the 2026 LBFL season. It is Monday, March 2nd, and we're back to bring you more baseball content tonight as we turn our focus towards the upcoming World Baseball Classic. I'm joined tonight by Leo, the owner of the Hearthrobbers, and Carter, team owner of Riztopia. How are we doing, guys?
Very well.
Doing pretty good. Glad to be back on 2 weeks in a row. Hoping we can keep that streak going as long as possible here. And just great, honestly, to start the podcast before the season really gets going here.
Could not have said it better myself. Glad to get the streak back here. And why don't we kick it off talking about the World Baseball Classic? So for starters, we're going to take a look at the 2023 World Baseball Classic, talk about it for a few minutes, kind of do some reflection on what happened in 2023. Now, this was scheduled to originally take place in 2021, but due to COVID, they decided to push it back a couple years to 2023. So the main thing was the format. It begins with pool play. There's 4 separate pools, 5 teams in each pool. The top 2 teams from each pool then move on to a bracket where it's a single elimination knockout stage. So we have the bracket kind of listed right here. We'll put it on screen for the viewers. I myself did not watch too much of this. I've seen highlights on TikTok recently as the new World Baseball Classic is approaching. But there are obviously some powerhouses here as opposed to some weaker teams that obviously get knocked out that you do not see on this bracket.
Yeah, it's really interesting to look at this bracket from 2023. Looking at that first round, the quarterfinals, so you're obviously seeing all the teams that made it to this stage. So this is not inclusive of every single team that was in the initial pool play. The matchup that really stands out to me, and I remember watching this one, it was Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Mexico came out on top of that one 5-4. Now, when I think of baseball countries, I definitely think of Puerto Rico being more of a baseball country, Mexico being maybe more of that soccer type country. But really with this format being single elimination, I mean, all it takes is one bad game, couple missed plays in the field for a team to come out on top. And then you look at Mexico, and I don't want to jump too far ahead here, but you look at Mexico in the semifinals against Japan. I mean, they almost squeaked by, just narrowly losing to Japan in that one 6-5. So, we could look for Mexico to be a threat again in this upcoming World Baseball Classic. But that's kind of the one team that stands out as they surprisingly did pretty well.
Yeah, like you had mentioned, all it really takes is for one team to have a good game and one team to have a bad game, and that's how sometimes you can get that team advancing further than you would have expected. One team that did not make this bracket, did not make the quarterfinals, that usually you think of as a powerhouse in Major League Baseball is the Dominican Republic. They produce some really great talent, some really great MLB talent, and they were not in the bracket, which is kind of interesting when you have a team like Australia, who probably, in terms of MLB talent, doesn't really belong among a lot of these teams. So that's definitely something that I found quite unique.
That is surprising. Looking back to the roster here, some really good names: Brian Abreu, Sandy Alcantara, Diego Castillo, Johnny Cueto was on that team as well, Christian Javier, Luis Ortiz. So there's some good names on here. Rafael Montero, former Tiger. So, looking at their pitching staff, they definitely had some names there. And then the infield was pretty stacked as well. Manny Machado, hate to bring his name up, but Wander Franco, he was a good ball player. Obviously, has had some major off-field issues to the point where he should not even be really mentioned within the baseball atmosphere at this point. Jeremy Pena, Ketel Marte, Rafi Devers. I mean, this team is stacked. Outfielders, Julio Rodriguez, Juan Soto, DH Nelson Cruz. So yeah, really surprising that the Dominican Republic did not make it into the quarterfinals back in 2023.
Yeah, I mean, I did not really realize that how stacked this roster was back then. I mean, but your outfield alone and Tasker Hernandez, World Series winner, I believe, what two-time World Series winner? I don't know. Did he win it in 2020 with the Dodgers?
I think he
I
was
don't
still with the
remember.
Blue Jays at
I
that
think he
point.
was. I think he was two. So two-time World Series winner there. Julio Rodriguez, one of the best center fielders right now in baseball, and Juan Soto, uh, pretty much the biggest contract in baseball, I believe, over 700 million. I mean, just that outfield alone, and then like you said, you have guys like Willie Adames, Rafi Devers, Jeremy Pena, Ketel Marte. I mean, these are superstar names, and I really, I guess I don't know how this game went down, but I guess if you'd have to pick anything to let them down, I would have guessed their pitching just based on how good their hitting was, but their pitching is good too. I mean, Javier, Doval, Yimi Garcia, Cueto. I really don't know where this team went wrong, but clearly it did not work out for them. Um,
Yeah, doing a little research here, it actually looks like they struggled offensively, but they were in a difficult pool, and this will be something interesting to look at too, is the difference in pools for the 2026 World Baseball Classic. So, looking back to a couple of key losses that the Dominican Republic team had back in 23, they lost to Venezuela, obviously another one of those powerhouses, 5-1, and then Puerto Rico 5-2. They won against Nicaragua and Israel, but it sounded like their offense kind of went stale a little bit there, which is pretty surprising given all those names that we mentioned. And we will look at what the pool looks like for 2026, but it is adjusted. And so I think this year, Dominican Republic will definitely have a better chance.
yeah, I mean, looking at 2023 Venezuela as well, they had quite a few names on their team. Jesus Luzardo, um, Pablo Lopez in there, Jose Alvarado for their pitching, infielders having Altuve and Arraez, Jimenez, Escobar, Gleyber Torres, Eugenio Suarez, outfield having Acuna and Santander in there. Some pretty solid names for that team. So and Miggy obviously as their DH. So some really incredible players on that team as well. So not too shocking, but I know Dominican Republic is definitely a big favorite for 2026. So be curious to see how that one works out.
Definitely. So we should definitely highlight before we move on to 2026, the 2023 World Baseball Classic final game, which happened on March 21st in Miami. The United States narrowly losing that game to Japan by a final of 3-2. Shohei Ohtani earned the MVP honors for that tournament. Now, I think everybody has seen the matchup clip of Shohei Ohtani on the mound, striking out Mike Trout. Kind of interesting if you look at this year. Shohei is not going to be pitching. Mike Trout is not on the U.S. roster, but that was really a great matchup when you think about that final back in 23.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a heartbreaker for the U.S. there. Ohtani being the best player in baseball, quite honestly, really solidified his big moment there. He came up clutch when he needed to be. Um, and as much as it sucks seeing the U.S. to lose, Japan was the better team in this case. Um, they may have had a little bit easier of a road, arguably, to get to the finals, having to play Italy and then Mexico. Not saying either of those are cakewalks, but the U.S. did have to play Venezuela and Cuba, both who have turned out a lot of superstars in the MLB. Um, but yeah, that's definitely a heartbreaker, and looking forward to the U.S. Hopefully getting their revenge here in 2026.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on and talk about the 2026 World Baseball Classic. So play kicks off this Friday with the pool rounds. And let's go ahead and take a look at the pools. So let's start with Pool A. Those games are going to be played in San Juan for that first round. We've got Canada, Colombia, Cuba, Panama, and Puerto Rico. Why don't we talk about Puerto Rico first here? The big storyline, if you're a Tigers fan, is Javier Baez is not going to be on the Puerto Rico roster. It was reported that a few years ago he actually tested positive for marijuana, which is a banned substance when it comes to the World Baseball Classic. Now, this is not a banned substance in Major League Baseball. So pretty interesting that it's not something that would lead to a suspension during the regular season in the MLB. But unfortunately, he is actually left off of this roster for Puerto Rico in 2026, which is pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to see. Obviously, as a Tigers fan, you want your guys representing whatever country they hail from. So it's a tough look. I don't agree with the rules, especially as marijuana has not been banned for Major League play. I'm not sure why they are banning it for this international play. However, the Puerto Rican team does get a new addition that they did not have in 2023. They steal a player from the U.S. in Nolan Arenado. He will be playing for Team Puerto Rico this year, and he had quite a few clutch moments for USA. So they do lose out on Javy, but they do now get Arenado. Fair trade? Some might say yes.
It's a big name there.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Arenado is one of my favorite players of all time. I think given the strength of the U.S. roster, I think the move makes sense for him to move over to that Puerto Rico squad that clearly needs a little bit of help because honestly, I look at this roster and I think the managers and coaching staff look stronger than than the players. And we've got some baseball legends on this coaching staff. Future Hall of Famer Yadier Molina, borderline Hall of Famer Juan Gonzalez, Hall of Famer Edgar Martinez, another good player in Sandy Alomar Jr. Can't help but mention the human green light Joey Cora, always waving his hand to send the Tigers home as the Tigers third base coach. I mean, that's quite the coaching staff here. Now, I think where Puerto Rico is going to struggle is going to be their pitching. I look at some of these names here. They do have Edwin Diaz, will be a really nice player at the back end of that bullpen there. But looking at the starting pitching, it does look a little bit thin. Really, the only names I recognize here would be Seth Lugo and Elmer Rodriguez, who's on the Yankees. So it does look a little bit thin from a pitching standpoint, which is concerning in once you get to that final round, the quarterfinals, the semifinals, the final, I mean, you're looking at single elimination. So I feel like it really has to be your pitching that carries you through.
Yeah, I could not agree more. Definitely not a lot of big notable names on here. So you're going to have to rely on that offense that, quite honestly, is pretty lackluster in some spots. I mean, you're talking about how good the coaching is. If I'm Team Puerto Rico, I'm trotting out Yachty. I'm not having him coach. I'm trotting him out there instead of Martin Maldonado or Christian Vasquez. I mean, come on now. I mean, let's be real here, guys. He's probably the best catcher on this roster.
Oh, yeah, compared to some of these names on this roster, I'd have to agree there.
I would say for sure. I mean, the other thing to consider is how big of a piece Yadier Molina was in my trade with Kyle just last weekend. I mean, I don't know what we would have done without that Yadier Molina card involved in that trade. You better watch that YouTube short if you haven't seen it. It's the Trade Night YouTube short. Be sure to check that out. But yeah, I think Puerto Rico still is the favorite in this first pool here. Looking at Canada's roster, doesn't look too strong. Colombia and Panama, not usually super competitive. But I do want to take a look here at the Cuban roster. As looking back to 2023, Cuba actually finished in fourth place behind Mexico in the overall tournament. So Cuba could be a roster to at least look at as a team that may advance here. Now, you want to talk about some legacy names here. Alexi Ramirez, former Chicago White Sox, is actually listed as an infielder on this team. Otherwise, honestly, I'm not seeing a whole lot of names that stand out. I see Yohan Moncada, um, Yariel Rodriguez looks familiar as far as their pitching goes, but yeah, not too impressive of a roster. So maybe, maybe a team like Colombia or Panama does sneak in and make it into the quarterfinals. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean nothing against Cuba here at all, and nothing against Alexi Ramirez. He was great when he was playing, but we're trotting out a 40-something-year-old who had a decent MLB career, but he wasn't an all-star a lot. He's not making it into the Hall. I mean, you're playing him for that name value, and I would imagine he's got to be at least 45, probably close to it, if not playing an infield position, not like he's playing a DH. I mean, you were trotting out Miggy. Venezuela trotted out Miggy as a DH, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, he's old." He was playing DH. This guy has to play the field. This guy has to play shortstop, a very fast-paced position. I mean, what are we doing here?
He's 44, so you weren't too
Yeah,
far off with that guess.
yeah.
That's great. That's crazy work.
I mean, it's
44 on
like
shortstop.
that's wild, and I understand, but it's like I think I'd almost rather see them give a no-name guy that's younger a shot. Maybe he can make a name for himself, bust into the league. I mean, Alexi's not coming back to play for any team. No team would want him even if he was. It's a weird call for this Cuban team.
Yeah,
Yeah, they might be
I would
just trying to
agree.
dial viewers at that point.
I think so.
All right, let's look to Pool B. They will be playing in Houston, Texas for that first round. We've got Brazil, Great Britain, Italy, Mexico, and the USA. And let's go ahead and jump right into the United States roster. Now, I do want to highlight one of Carter's favorite players. I mean, he busted out the Orioles hat. He's even got the orange and black flannel on. They've got a great infield, including, fan favorite Gunnar Henderson. Carter, how excited are you to be able to watch some of these Orioles players, especially Gunnar Henderson, to represent the U.S. in the World Baseball Classic?
Oh yeah, I am super pumped. It's gonna be great watching Gunner out there. I would definitely be dialed into that one. It's gonna be cool to see.
All right, so a question for you here, because this is a good infield. So you got two shortstops on the roster here, two true shortstops. I mean, you got Ernie Clement's more of that utility role. Bregman's going to play third. Bryce Tring plays second. Harper and Goldschmidt put him at first. But you've got to pick between Gunnar Henderson and Bobby Witt Jr. to be your starting shortstop for this World Baseball Classic. Let's say you're in the final. Who are you choosing?
I mean, obviously my heart is with Gunner, but I think my brain would have to be with Bobby Witt Jr. on that one. Just like being analytical, probably Witt there, but I'd love to see Gunner too. So
Man, that's cold. That can't feel good for Gunnar there.
no,
Knockout!
not at all.
I mean, quite honestly, if I'm in that boat, I'm putting Bobby Witt out there 7 days a week. No doubt in my mind. That's not to say Gunnar is not a good player. I think they have similar.
Doubt.
I think they have similar games. Both have good pop. Both have some speed. Both I trust out there in the field. But Bobby just takes it to that next level. His speed is next level. His power is going to be next level. I'm taking Bobby.
Ice cold.
Knockout!
That was not a doubt in Joe's mind on that one. That's
I
kind of
mean,
rough.
come on now. Has Gunnar finished top 2 in MVP voting? No,
He's got
he
a
hasn't.
point.
Oh,
It
man.
is Gunnar Henderson on the Lou Collins Heartthrobbers? No. But Bobby
Like,
Is
Wood
he on
Jr. is.
Restopia though? Yeah.
Bobby Wood Jr. is just a better player. That's not to take. I'm not saying Gunnar is a bad player by any means, but if you're stacking them against each other, it's not exactly the closest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with Bobby Wood as well. I was actually in a different fantasy league last year, and I drafted Gunnar Henderson first or second round, and an Orioles fan offered me a trade Bobby Witt for Gunnar Henderson because he wanted Gunnar for the year, like fan favorite, obviously. And I mean, I took the deal in a heartbeat. I was like, oh yeah, for sure, I'm taking Bobby Witt there. So, um, yeah,
Knockout.
it's a it's not particularly a close choice for me. I guess I'm just way too biased towards Bobby Wood Jr.
I guess
Definitely
so.
a tough crowd tonight for Gunner.
Yeah, it's tough.
And I mean,
Stand alone.
quite honestly, looking at the rest of this roster, um, if USA isn't the absolute favorite in this pool, and quite honestly, among every other pool, I would be shocked. I mean, your worst names that you have in your pitching, Garrett Clevenger, still played in the MLB. Brad Keller, still in the MLB. Those are your two worst names.
Yeah, this roster is
Good point.
stacked.
I mean,
Yeah.
your two catchers. One hit 60 home runs last year. One is I believe, three-time World Series champ in Will Smith. Um, Bregman, one of the most sought after third basemen in recent years. Ernie Clement, postseason hero last year for those Blue Jays. I believe he has the record for most hits in a series or something crazy like that. I think he had something like 11 hits in the World Series. Something honestly crazy. I know
Wow.
it's some sort of record. I don't know what that record is. Having a right-handed first baseman and a left-handed first baseman in Goldschmidt and Harper, super underrated. Bryce Terang has that great defense and great speed. Also a member of Kerry Bonds. Um, Top two shortstops in baseball being Bobby Witt Jr. and Gunnar Henderson. Crazy to have both those names. The best hitter in baseball by far and a heartthrobber, Aaron Judge. Roman Anthony, quite possibly the biggest name in the outfield this year, just because he is expected to be that next level. PCA with that elite defense in center field, as well as a solid bat. Byron Buxton, if he's healthy, is as good a center fielder as anybody else. And having a DH like Kyle Schwarber, who hit 56 bombs last year, I think, pretty crazy. The only spot where I'm a little like, I don't know, is our manager, Mark DeRosa. Not to throw shade on
Oh
Mark
my
DeRosa, but
gosh.
I mean, what are I don't know. I feel like there may
You've
be some better candidates in there. Um,
you've never been a fan of him. I mean, it goes back to the MLB The Show, like him as one of
yeah,
the color commentators. I feel like you've never
no,
been a huge DeRosa guy.
no, and the funny part is I really like the rest of the coaching staff. I really like Michael Young and Brian McCann, David Ross, Matt Holliday, Sean Casey, Andy Pettit. There are some great names in there. Dero was not the correct choice for manager.
Joe's
Prove me
first
wrong.
hot take of the year, man. That's something. No, but this team is stacked. Also got to mention they've got both Cy Young winners. They've got Tarek Skubal and Paul Skeens. The only thing I'm really worried about with this team is the usage of some of these pitchers. I've been told that some of these guys are only going to pitch maybe once or twice, so it's not going to be an all hands on deck situation if they make it to the championship. I mean, these guys are going to save their arms for the regular season. The thing about this tournament, I don't want to take away from the value that it is and how it's bringing all these people together from different countries, and it's so good for baseball, but this is not the end all be all. This is not the playoffs. I don't even think you can put it at the Olympic level, right? Like thinking back to the gold medal hockey game between Canada and the US. I mean, these guys are laying it on the line. You got Jack Hughes getting three teeth knocked out, comes back in the game, scores the game winning goal in overtime. That's not the type of situation that the World Baseball Classic is. these guys have to treat this like prep for the season to a certain extent. This is their spring training. Get in your reps. Don't get overused, especially the pitchers, hitters seeing live pitching for the first time in a while. So that would be the only thing that I think worries me about the U.S. I do want to move on and talk about another team from Pool B, and that's going to be Mexico, probably the second favorite in this pool. We obviously talked about kind of their surprising performance in the 2023 World Baseball Classic, earning third place, so getting that bronze medal. And so, do want to highlight a few guys from the roster here. On the pitching front, they got Taj Bradley. Andres Munoz is going to be really solid out of the pen. Taiwan Walker, another good starting pitcher. They've got Wario himself, Alejandro Kirk behind the plate, and some pretty solid names here in the infield. You got Joey Ortiz, Luis Reyes. Outfield looks even better. They got Jaron Duran, Randy Arozarena. So, there are some names on this roster. And I feel like when you look at the other teams in this pool, Italy, Great Britain, Brazil, I think if Mexico doesn't make it into that second round, the quarterfinals, that there's going to be some disappointment.
Yeah, 100% they're the second best team in this pool. And I don't think it's super close either. Definitely some major league talent. Couple names you missed out on there when you're reading Jonathan Aranda at first. I believe it was last year that he had a really great year. And then quite possibly the whitest of Mexican players, Victor Vodnik, from the Colorado Rockies. He made the Mexican roster there.
Where is he? Is he what position?
He's a pitcher.
Huh.
He is at least one shade darker than anybody else listed up here. Um, on a historically bad Rockies team last year. So let's see what he can do for Team Mexico here.
I don't know
What's
anything
he's out
about
of
him.
that Colorado area.
I just know the name because he sounds like a villain in a video game.
He actually pitched well for the Rockies last year. He had a 3.02 ERA. Is he
He was like the one bright spot on the team.
he's a reliever. He had 10 saves. So that's actually pretty good for pitching in Colorado.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping he can do something big here.
Yeah.
Couple other
Double
names.
V.
I don't know if you said Javier Assad. I believe he is a Cubs player who is injured. I believe a good chunk of last year, but the year prior, I believe, showed some good numbers. So excited to see him as well.
For sure. Let's go to Pool C. They're going to be playing in Tokyo, and let's go right to Japan. I mean, you're talking about the reigning champion from 2023. Was it a surprise that Japan made the final, that they won it all? If you look at their roster, I mean, there's not really a whole lot of major league players on here. So if you don't know a whole lot about Japan, the easy answer to that question would be, yeah, it is surprising, but Japan produces talent. I mean, they have their own baseball league there where, stars like Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Tomoyuki Sagano, these guys came from this league in Japan over to the US and, have found really nice careers, are getting paid a lot of money to play baseball. It is a different style of baseball in Japan. It really is. And clearly they did something right in 23 and they look to be the favorites in Pool C. They really do.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you're defending champs. I don't believe a ton has changed really with their roster. Otani not pitching is one thing that's going to probably weigh on them a little bit, but having an arm like Yamamoto out there is arguably just as good. Um, Other than that team in Pool C, there's not really many other notable players on any other team. I just real quick took a look at Korea. And Korea, um, more white guys than you would expect. Dane Dunning of the Texas Rangers, I believe, is on there. Riley O'Brien of the St. Louis Cardinals. I haven't heard that name, but that's a white guy name. Then as you keep going, a couple other notable names. Haesung Kim, um,
Former member of
and
Kerry
then
Bonds.
right, former, not anymore. And lastly, the the last name is Jemai Jones, Tigers Jemai Jones. So that's always cool to see. And their manager, Hyunjin Ryu, I believe.
Wow. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
pretty cool to see. He had
Hmm.
he had one really phenomenal year. If I had to guess, I want to say what 2019, 2018. I think it was before COVID, but um, definitely an interesting roster. And quite honestly, I might place Korea in second in
Yeah.
that pool.
I think so too. I mean, Australia actually always has like some surprising players on their team. I think they had that one guy like in 23 that was literally like a plumber or something. Um
Yeah.
but yeah, Czechia, Taipei, the rosters don't look great. Yeah, surprisingly this Korea roster looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good names on here for sure. Yeah, I'd love to see Jemai Jones in there. Also, just kind of connected the dots on the fact that Jemai Jones used to be on the Orioles. So that's pretty cool too. Jung Hoo
Yeah.
Lee is another name. San
True.
Francisco Giants, can't forget about
Oh yeah.
him. Had a pretty nice like his first full season last year with San Francisco was actually pretty solid. So yeah, interesting to see, like you mentioned, Joe, some of these guys that you wouldn't expect to be playing for Korea, like Dane Dunning, Riley O'Brien. I mean, you can see their birthplaces as we're looking through the rosters here, birthplace USA. So obviously they have some family connections to these other countries. And yeah, I mean, is Dane Dunning going to have a spot on the USA roster? Like, no. So for him to be able to play for another country that he obviously has a family connection with it's cool. For him to get that opportunity to play and probably to represent a country that means something to his family. That's probably the case for a lot of these guys.
Right. And taking a look at that other team you mentioned, Australia, um, pretty much on their whole roster, two notable names. Two. Travis Bazana, former number one
Mm.
overall pick. So that'll be cool to see. And then the the second name, that would be Mr. Warwick Sappold.
Oh
Uh,
my,
he had
former
a very,
Tiger.
very brief stint in the MLB, but just a great name. Other than that, really not seeing any other names here. I did see Curtis Mead. I believe he is a
Mm.
prospect. Um, but
He's
other
been
than that,
around for a little bit with the Rays.
yeah,
Yeah. Let's
I feel
go
like
on to the final pool though here in the interest of time. They'll be playing their games in Miami. And we've got time to talk about two of the teams. We got the Dominican Republic and Venezuela being the favorites from the pool, which also includes Israel, the Netherlands, and Nicaragua. So let's go to the DR first. We talked about the disappointment in the 23 Baseball Classic. They've got a really solid pitching staff. Christopher Sanchez, Sandy Alcantara, Luis Severino, Brian Bayo. I mean, there's a solid four right there. Some good names in the pen as well. Now they've got Sir Anthony Dominguez, former Oriole, Abner Uribe. So they've got some guys here. Austin Wells, that's definitely one that you would not expect to see on this roster. Probably their
no.
starting catcher. Maybe actually Augustine Ramirez would start over him. Who knows? I mean, this roster is stacked. Guerrero Jr., Machado, Marte, Pena. It looks pretty similar, honestly, to that 23 roster. Julio in the outfield with O'Neill Cruz, Juan Soto, and Fernando Tatis Jr. And then, I mean, you can't help but look at the names on this coaching staff. Manager Albert Pujols, bench coach Placido Polanco. Um, just really some fantastic names all around on this team.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just going to touch on one quick player. Abner Uribe is a very underrated relief pitcher. Had a great year for Milwaukee last year. Pitched to the tune of a 1.67 ERA in 75 games. I believe last year he led the league in holds. Um, Pretty crazy. Just got some nasty stuff. I'm going to look for him to be the difference maker for this Dominican Republic team on the pitching side. Obviously, they have some other names, but that one I definitely like to see. And you can't underestimate the power of Placido Polanco as a coach.
Absolutely. I can see him, rounding the bases right now after Mags hits that legendary home run back in 2006. But yeah, no, fantastic roster. Let's jump over and look at Venezuela before we go to our commercial break here. Any names that are sticking out pitching wise? I see Cater Montero. Good to see that name there. Hopefully he can get some good innings in. Former Tiger Eduardo Rodriguez. Carter, I can't remember if he's still a member of your team. Ranger Suarez. Did you trade for him or did you trade him?
I traded him away. Yeah. But
Former
yeah,
member of
he's a good pitcher.
Ristopia. Yeah, okay.
Former member, yeah.
Yeah, this team is just as stacked on the hitting side of the ball. William Contreras behind the plate with Salvi, Luis Ariz, Mikel Garcia, Andres Jimenez, Torres, Suarez. In the outfield, you got Willier, Jackson Churio, Ronald Acuna Jr., and the most underrated coaching staff by far. This coaching staff. Miguel Cabrera is your hitting coach. Robinson Chirinos as a bench coach. You have Vmart as an assistant manager. Just some great names. Johan Santana as the pitching coach. Really some phenomenal names.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah, so Pool D looks pretty strong with a couple of powerhouses in the Dominican Republic and Venezuela. All right. We're going to go rapid fire style. You got to put two teams in the championship and pick a winner. Okay. Now keep in mind, the way that this bracket is split up does allow for the championship matchup to come down to two teams from the same pool. Okay. So you can really combine any of these teams here. I'm going to go ahead and go first. I'm going to put USA in the final against the Dominican Republic, with USA, the favorite, edging them out. I really like both rosters here, but I'm going to have to go with my home country, the United States.
Yeah, I will go USA, and just on the pitching or the coaching, I should say, I'm going to go Venezuela and give me USA winning it.
I was gonna say U.S. versus Dominican Republic, but just to go for someone else, I'll go revenge match with USA versus Japan.
I could see it. That's a great pick.
Yeah. But USA winning.
Nice. Love it. All for the Star Spangled Banner, I guess. Good stuff, fellas. So yeah, a nice preview of the 2026 World Baseball Classic. It kicks off this Friday. Should be fun to watch those pool play games.
Love playing around with stuff? Then get into Best Buy, where you can play around as long as you'd like. Actually, that's half the fun. Best Buy. Go ahead, turn on the fun.
Yo, what is up, everybody? We're just back after that awesome commercial break. I've heard we have a Topps Hainer box that is ready to rip.
Here it is, gentlemen. Fresh out of Best Buy. Thank you, Best Buy, for the $10 gift certificate, which made this box about $4.99. So 59 cards here. Topps 2026 Series 1, 75th anniversary. Now, we're going to do a little guessing game with this. However, I do want to ask you a question. You can take any four of these four, you can take any one of these guys in their prime. You've got Hank Aaron, Ken Griffey Jr., both Hall of Famers, and then you've got two future Hall of Famers, Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. Who are you taking to start your franchise? You get them for 20 years. You get their prime. No, don't have to worry about injuries or anything like that. Who you taking?
So it's 20 years of their prime. So
Yeah,
it's just
20 years of their prime.
Oh. I'm taking the kid. The sweetest swing in baseball history. can't go wrong with Mr. Ken Griffey Jr.
I'm probably taking Shohei. That speed, that bat, the arm. Yeah, take a Shohei there.
My heart wants to take Judge. My heart wants to take Griffey. My heart wants to take Aaron. I have to take Ohtani, the two-way sensation. If he gives me pitching and hitting, he's unstoppable. I don't think he's overrated. I mean, is he overhyped? I don't know. Maybe, but he's a sensation. He's a global sensation. I would want him on my team.
Yeah, I think a good way of putting him is definitely not overrated, but I do think he is bordering on that overhyped. Not to say that what he does and what he has done for the game isn't incredible, but at some point when, MLB, the page on Twitter or on Facebook has 100 posts of Shohei in a year and has like one post about the Rockies, I get it. The Rockies sucked, but you gotta post one of your 30 teams more than just one player in the league. Come on now. What are we
I
doing?
think that comparison was talking about them posting Shohei's dog. I can't remember the dog's name off the top of my head.
That'd be Decoy.
Decoy. Yeah, they posted Decoy more than they posted the Rockies.
It's true.
Horrible.
I think they posted the Rockies 3 times and Decoy 4 times.
That's crazy work.
Come on, what are we doing, MLB?
That is
I
bad.
love dogs as much as the next guy, but posting dogs more than one of your 30 teams, I mean, show some love to Colorado. They suck, but come on.
A whole team.
Yeah. You
A
got
dog
a whole,
just getting
you got a
bored
whole
than a whole
roster. You got a whole roster of guys that just isn't represented at all. I mean, Hunter Goodman, the Rockies catcher, had a good year last year, but nobody knows his name because of Shohei Ohtani's dog. Come on.
Yeah.
It's true.
He's a sensation, though. He is the face of baseball right now. So it's tough.
True.
That's tough.
It is true, and it is a cute dog. No shade to Decoy. It is a very, very cute dog.
It's a smart dog. I think delivered the first pitch to Shohei's wife. Shohei's wife throughout that first pitch. I think that was last year. Throughout that first pitch, maybe 2 years ago.
I think it was.
Yeah. Delivered the ball right to the mound. That dog is smart, man. So
it's probably smarter than a lot of kids, which is good, but what are we gonna do?
It sounds like Decoy, but yeah, he might deserve the attention more than Hunter Goodman, I guess.
Not wrong. Wrong. I'll stand on a soapbox for Hunter Goodman.
I think we might have to bring that soapbox segment back then.
I think so. And Victor Vodnik. Yeah. Those are my 2 soapbox players of the week.
That was a good segment. We only did it once last year. I think we're gonna have to bring that back.
I think so.
I need to look up the official name of what we called that segment. It's gonna take me a minute here.
It needs to be called. It needs to be called standing on a soapbox, but it definitely wasn't.
All right, it was called 7th Inning Soapbox. It's pretty good. That's
a good name. Yeah.
Definitely not AI generated for the name idea or the graphic. No.
Maybe we switch it up this year to 6th Inning Soapbox.
We could do that. Yeah. 6th inning stretch instead of 7th inning stretch. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right. So I didn't really know what I was getting myself into by opening up this box. I didn't know if they were going to be individual packs. It is one single pack. There is a chance at a relic or auto in this box. Probably unlikely. But here is a look at what we've got here. 59 cards, a little bit of a brick here. And we're going to go ahead and start it off with the first card. All right. The guessing game begins. We're looking at a rookie card here. It is a variation, Stars of the MLB. We have a pitcher that happens to be on the Luke Collins Heartthrobbers. A pitcher with positional flexibility, mind you. Starter, reliever. That is.
You beat me to it.
Correct. Mr. Chase Burns. Pretty nice card, actually. I'm happy with this one.
The Stars of the MLB this year looked the best they've looked in quite a few years.
I agree. These are clean looking. I love the foil.
It's nice.
Love the stars in the background there. That's a clean looking card.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead to the next one here. It's another star of the MLB from the NL East, one of the top infielders in the game for a long time.
Francisco Lindor.
Yes, that is correct. Signed a big contract with the Mets. Definitely over 30 plus million per year. Definitely a star of the MLB. And are the Mets going to have a good season? On paper, they look good again. They always look good on paper,
Yeah.
but are they actually going to pull through and win that National League East?
It's whether the collapse happens or not, like it does every single year. So we'll see. Carter, keep track of your score. We're tied right now.
Okay.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to
I
keep
don't think
score
this is going to
here.
be much of a competition, but all right.
We can do this.
All right, this player was picked off of the scrap heap, as many league members like to call it, which is essentially the free agents or waivers pool, by the Luke Collins Heartthrobbers. He is a sensation of the game. Broke onto the scene, breakout season last year.
PCA.
PCA is correct. This is really nice. Titans of the game. Really
Ooh, yeah,
like
that's
this
cool.
parallel.
I think that's the first year they're doing this one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that's solid. Really nice card.
Yeah, did you, Joe, the video, the short video where you ripped, did you get one with Roman that looks like that, or?
I think I did pull a Roman Anthony on the Titans of the Game one, which they're giving him a Titans of the Game card after being a rookie and not even playing a full year. Pretty crazy. They must have really high expectations for him.
It's true.
I mean, he fell off a little bit in that second half, but like, if he can
I
stay
think he's gonna be
consistent, cut
great.
down on those strikeouts a little bit, I think he's an all-star caliber player. He could turn into a true superstar. And plus, he's got that little big fantasy league connection. His mom stars as Billy Haywood's mom in Little Big League, which if you're in this league and have not seen the movie, Carter, you need to watch it. Next time the league gets together, we're screening that movie. I don't know how we're going to find it. 1, 2, 3 movies, Manzini family, DVD library. We're going to get it somehow.
I can tell you it's not in the Lazzini family library because, confession, I have not seen the movie.
Oh my goodness. What are we doing here?
Whoa. The majority
seen-
of the
I've
pod right
seen-
now.
I've seen clips, but I have not seen the full movie.
Should we just end this episode now?
Yeah, let's just cut it, guys.
This is
Well,
ridiculous,
no,
guys.
I'm winning over Joe right now. So
No, we
I didn't
can't
quite
cut it
yet.
now because then me and Carter would win. No cut.
Do you guys need some extra time to watch the movie tonight? We can cut this short.
I'll stay up late and watch it.
Let's go on to the next player here. I believe he's a member of the Detroit Mariners, but he's not on the Tigers or the Mariners. So I don't know how you can say that he's on this team. John's team name just continues to blow everybody's mind. It doesn't make any sense. Calling out the commissioner, not always the best idea. All right. I think he's on John's team. I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I think he's a very underrated player. I don't think he's going to be first ballot necessarily, but he's just a Mr. Do-It-All. 5-tool player, solid in the field, solid power, great speed, really solid contact, got a pretty good arm as well. Can play multiple positions. He can play third, he can play second. You can throw him at short. AL Central.
J-Ram.
Jose Ramirez,
You don't think he's
stars
gonna
of
be
the
a
MLB.
first? You don't think
Not
he's gonna be
first ballot. I don't think he's going to go first ballot, but he's going to be
really?
first 3 years that he's eligible, he will get elected.
I'm saying first year ballot for him.
I totally thought he was on Joe's team. Actually,
No.
it's not.
No, I think you might be thinking back to one of our episodes from last year where
Yeah.
Joe and John are debating which players are better on their fantasy teams, and Jose Ramirez's name gets thrown into the mix. I believe he is compared to Rafael Devers.
Oh yes, that is, yeah. That's what I was thinking of for sure.
Yeah.
So this is actually going to be a tough one here. Looking back to his 2025 stats, he only hit 190 for the Dodgers. He plays shortstop and third base. This is a rookie card And I believe it is the 1990 throwback
Alex
design
Freeland.
here. Wow. Yeah, that is correct. I like this design too. Nice rookie card for Freeland. And, maybe he finds some more playing time with the Dodgers this year. I don't know, but not great stats last year.
I pulled his relic in a pack this year on that card, except it's just a relic card of him. So
Yes, you can find that one also in another YouTube short. So be sure to go check those out. Watch all of them. Pull them up on your big TV in your living room and watch them like we did
just binge all the
last
shorts.
weekend. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Might have to start calling them Zach shorts. All right, I've got a Tiger. I think you can probably call him at this point the most underrated pitcher on the Tigers staff.
Will Vest.
On the Tigers starting rotation staff.
Reese Olson.
Casey Mize.
Casey Mize. I believe it's a foil. I think it's the cracked foil board.
I think it's the Diamante.
Diamante. Okay. That's nice. That's a nice card.
It's cool.
All right. What's the score?
I
believe
Joe's definitely winning now.
I have 4.
And we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4-2?
Yep.
All right. Carter, you have to get this one. He's on your team.
He's on my team.
He is an infielder.
Fantasy team or
he is
Orioles?
A young prodigy with a lot of power.
Gunner.
More power than
Gunner.
More power?
Dang,
No one has more
Gunner's
power than Gunner on my team.
45 home runs in 2025.
Oh, Junior.
Oh, damn it. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
That's nice. That's a nice one. I love the picture on this one, too. Oh.
Straight bait right there.
The picture is great. Looking up to the heavens after probably hitting a gapper. A nice little double there. Beauty.
Looking up to Ristopia that owns him, yeah.
All right, I've got a greatest hits, and it's a player that's already been mentioned. This is the second card of this player.
J-Ram.
The card highlights July 10th, 2025. His hits 25th round tripper to reach 25-25. So I believe that is 25 home runs and 25 stolen bases.
Is that PCA?
Junior.
PCA is correct.
Junior does not steal. He's not.
Junior's got some bags.
Yeah, he's got some bags.
Maybe not 25.
Not 25 though.
You know what? I'm looking it up right now to prove you wrong, Carter.
All right, give me a
He
Royals.
got over 25 last year.
Oh God, no, he can't.
Caminero?
Yeah.
He had seven steals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's not that fast.
Wow, he's not fast. He didn't really steal in the minors either.
No.
He's got 9 stolen bases in his career. All right.
His only thing's smashing. That's it.
Stupid guess. I thought he had wheels.
No.
I thought dude is sprinting out there. Guess not.
All right, give me a Royals relief pitcher.
Carlos Estevez.
Weird picture.
Yeah.
That is a weird.
Don't love that.
A weird picture. If I was that player, I would not be a fan of it.
All right, I swung back into the lead 5-4.
Team Puerto Rico. U.S. Traitor.
Arenado. U.S. Traitor.
It's funny because this card is obviously still Cardinals. I mean, he hadn't been traded at that point, but when I saw the back of this card, I instantly thought Diamondbacks. And the card that was right next to it is the Arizona Diamondbacks team card. So it was just meant to be.
Some of the team cards are nice this year.
We're definitely not going to rip through every each one of these. We're not going to go through 59 rounds of this.
Yeah,
So
I was gonna say.
I'm going to skip some of the players that are going to be hard to guess.
Oh, those are my favorite ones.
Yeah, I know. I'll give you this one. I think Joe's going to get this one. I'm going to be honest. Joe just knows those deep cut players. We're talking about a young starting pitcher for the Miami Marlins. He's a right-hander, and actually, I did not know this fact. He is 6'8".
Max Meyer,
What?
Eury Perez.
6'8".
Eury
He's
Perez.
6'8".
He's the lankiest dude ever.
Crazy.
That is insane.
I would not have known that.
I believe he's on JD's team. I believe
He is, yeah. That is.
Which I think
that is so impressive. That height.
I think at one point I had him and dropped him just because he was injured at the time, so I just got rid of him, and he could be a great pitcher.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one.
All right, you got a chance at what do we got scoring wise? What is the update here?
Is it 4-7?
Yeah, I believe I'm on 7.
Okay, we've got a chance at a 3-point play here. We've got the American League pitchers, and it's the leaders card for wins.
I know one. Do we have to know all 3?
Got to get all 3. I don't know. No, you can name individuals. You can name individuals.
Okay, Max Fried is number 1.
Yep.
He's the only one I know. I know he led the league with I think he had 20 wins.
So he had 19 wins. One of his teammates is up on the board, as well as Max Fried and this other player's team's biggest rival. A player from that team is featured here.
Garrett Crochet.
That is correct. That is 2 out of the 3. There's 1 Yankee left.
I'm going to take a guess. I don't think it's him. But I can't think of another Yankee starting pitcher that had wins. Cam Schlittler?
Nope.
I didn't think he had wins. Who pitched for the Yankees last year?
I know.
They were all injured.
Former Giant, former White Sox, left-handed pitcher.
Oh, Rodon. I did not know he had.
I thought he was
wins.
injured.
That was 2 years ago.
Was that 2 years ago now?
Yeah, it was. I know.
Totally
I thought
thought
he-
he was injured.
I thought he was injured for part of the year last year, but I guess not if he was 3rd in wins.
Yeah.
All right, Joe's favorite player currently in the whole MLB.
Tariq Skubal.
Rhett Lowder.
Oh, damn it.
I got the Rhett
I'm gonna
Lowder.
give Carter a bonus point. That is a 2-point play right there. Joe didn't even know his own favorite player. Are you serious?
Well, my next guess is Kerry Carpenter, so it still wasn't right. Damn it.
All right, this is going to be a tough one. You're going to have to really know a deep cut reference here, but
Jay Burger.
I wish.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I don't know if he's going to appear in this series 1 here.
I don't think so.
The fact that I have those ready is just crazy this year, but
You've just been waiting for me to rip that name out.
I took a guess on the keybinds too. No, I was correct. It's been a whole week and I already forgot him.
A deep cut player, Jake Berger.
So I've got Juan Soto and I've got Francisco Lindor on this Mets card, and there's a caption on this card, and the caption happens to be the title of a Nintendo Switch game that John told me about a few years ago. And John and his wife played the entire game in French.
It Takes Two.
Is Breath of the Wild? Oh.
It Takes Two. Cool card, actually.
Oh, it actually says on the card there.
Yeah.
That is a pretty sweet card.
It's a nice one.
Two of the best Mets.
All right, this is a barrel-aged boy right here, and he's wearing a really nice uniform. He's got the powder blue on. Rookie card.
Caglione.
Yes, sir.
That was good.
Is that how you say his name? Caglione?
I think that's right.
That's how I say it.
All right.
Better than I could have said it. Give me a scoring update, fellas.
Do I get the full 3 points for that card, even though you kept giving hints?
Yeah, but Carter got 2 for your favorite player.
That is true. I think I'm either on 10 or 11. I don't know which one.
I'm on 7. 7-11.
We calling it 10 or 11?
Get a Slurpee.
Call it 10 because I can't think of who my 11th would be. Oh, my 11th is It Takes Two. I'm on 11.
Okay, 11-7. Joe is in the lead. This player was quoted as actually not barely. He is unable to open a bag of chips at the moment, but thinks that he might play this season.
That would be former Miami Marlin, now New York Yankee, Giancarlo Stanton, formerly known as Mike Stanton.
It's true. One of my favorites of all time.
He quoted himself. He had an interview where his quote was, "I can barely open a bag of chips or open a water bottle because of how much pain he has in his elbows and shoulders." and he's gonna try and play a full season for the Yankees. Should go well. Should go well.
That is wild.
It's not going to work out too well, is it?
No.
There's just no way. If you're in that much pain from menial tasks, dude, how do you expect to play a full 162 game season?
All right. I'm going to turn this into a one-pointer. It is the American League batting average leaders. Aaron Judge is number 1. Bo Bichette is number 2. This player, for 1 point, is number 3.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby Witt Jr. was 7th with a 295 average. This player had a 311 batting average. And I believe it was his rookie year, and he did not win Rookie of the Year.
Jacob Wilson. That's because his teammate won it, Mr. Nicholas Kurtz.
That is right.
Both Kerry Bonds team members.
Very true. All right. Another Kerry Bonds team member right here. He's an infielder. He has been compared to the likes of Jose Ramirez during this podcast and in one of last year's episodes.
Devers.
I heard Carter first. He's getting the point.
That is true. He did say it first. Mr. Rafi Devers.
All right.
All right, if you've been listening well to tonight's episode, Joe referred to this player as somebody who has really solid speed. He plays second base, and I believe he is on Team USA in the World Baseball Classic.
He is also a Kerry Bonds team member, Mr. Bryce Terang.
Underrated player, honestly.
Yeah.
What did he hit last year? To what?
288 with a 5.5 WAR. Holy moly. 24 stolen bases. And actually the season before he had 50 stolen bases. So not as many steals last year, but 28 doubles, 18 bombs. That's a solid player right there.
And I
Definitely
think
underrated.
he bats in the top part of the lineup. And I want to say, let's see here, 975 fielding percentage at shortstop, 986 at second base. Solid fielder.
Yeah. Doesn't get much better than that.
No.
All right, I've got a starting pitcher for the team that knocked the Detroit Tigers out of the playoffs in 2025. This player came in as a relief pitcher in some of the games as well.
I refuse to say his name.
It's not worth the point to you?
Nope.
He's far ahead enough.
Gives you a chance, Carter. Gives you a chance.
Would you say starting pitcher?
He's a starting pitcher.
From last year?
I don't like the Mariners. They knocked out my beloved Tigers.
So we're
He led the league in whip in 2024 with a 0.89.
I believe he is on John's team.
Yes, the Detroit Mariners, which actually makes sense in this case.
is it Kirby?
No, it is not Kirby. It is not Brian Wu.
It's like their third guy.
Oh man.
I think who's been in the league the longest of the three.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gilbert or whatever.
Yes, sir. Logan Gilbert.
I saw an interview with him the other day. It made me angry. He was talking about he was he was talking about the game, and it just got under my skin.
Leo, you should
It was probably because I stayed up late watching that game just for the Tigers to lose and me to still have to go to work the next day.
You gotta do a CapCut video of the guy punching the computer. Show his face and Gilbert on the screen.
Yeah.
We'll see about that, I guess. Barely gonna have time to edit this one.
Just made me think about that.
Next card is another AL Leaders. I keep getting the AL Leaders cards. It's RBIs. Cal Raleigh is number 1. Aaron Judge is number 2. This player might surprise everybody at number 3. Let me tell you who it's not. Let me tell you 4 through 10. Riley Green, Junior Caminero, Taylor Ward, Salvy Perez, Joe Adell, Cody Bellinger, Trevor Story.
Okay, you didn't say my guy, which is making me think I might have it.
Say it.
Mr. Brent Rooker?
No.
I thought he did just because the A's actually turned out a decent season last year.
This is an AL Central first baseman.
The Pasquatch.
Yes, sir. Vinny Pasquantino.
Would not have guessed that.
Yeah, I know. I would have never guessed that either.
Wow.
No.
I would have gone to so many other guys before. He was not on my mind.
So this player has a future stars card. And at this point, I think some are doubting if he really is a future star. He is in free agents right now in the Little Big Fantasy League. After a disappointing rookie season, I think he probably lost his rookie eligibility. He only hit .228 with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs in 44 games, so not a whole lot of time. But he was once touted as one of the top 3 prospects for the Boston Red Sox.
Campbell.
No, this player actually had a worse 2025 than Christian Campbell.
Is that Marcelo Mayer?
Yes, sir, it is. Marcelo Meyer. Did not even know he was a third baseman.
He had that bad of a year?
He's kind of fallen off of everyone's radar. And honestly, he could be kind of a sneaky pick to snag him, and maybe he ends up having a good year for Boston. I mean, they lost Alex Bregman. Somebody's got to play third, right?
I really did not know he had that bad of a year. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I actually thought he was still like a prospect. I thought he was stashed or something.
Yeah, I kind of did too. Wow.
So we're getting down to just a few more cards here. Can I get one more scoring update before we reveal maybe a couple more guesses here?
I think I'm on 13.
I'm on 10. I thought it was going to be a wider gap.
All right, we're gonna go with four more then, I guess, here. Gives Carter the chance to take the lead.
I was gonna say if I get one, it's over.
You're not wrong. Yeah. I'm gonna try to make it really hard for you.
Please be all Orioles, please.
It's just Carter's team.
I gotta be honest, in 59 cards, I have not pulled a single Baltimore Oriole. And I've only pulled
working against me.
Dude, I've only pulled the one Detroit Tiger. Was that Casey Mize parallel?
So these next four, not an Oriole or a Tiger, is what you're saying.
All right, I'll tell you what, we can make it interesting. I won't answer the first two.
Okay.
But Carter still has to get them right. I just won't answer them.
All right. This player has veneers for sure.
It's such a weird end.
What'd you say?
Back-to-back World Series champion. He definitely has veneers. Okay, here we go. Since this is our World Baseball Classic preview episode, this player will not be representing Team Canada in the World Baseball Classic this year, which is actually quite a disappointment. He would be Team Canada's best player by far. First baseman, native of Canada, used to be on the Braves.
Oh,
He is on the National
Freddie
League.
Freeman?
Yes, National League leaders in average. He's third behind Trey Turner and Nico Horner.
He's got some nice teeth, huh?
He's got those veneers for sure.
Nico Horner turned out a great year.
Surprising too.
Super underrated.
And he was potentially on the trade block for the Cubs, which made no sense. They want to make room for Matt Shaw, but you've got Nico Horner, who's, I think, a better player at this point, but we'll see.
At this point, yeah.
All right, I got a Red Sox prospect. One of those three guys that we were talking about earlier. It's the one that was not mentioned amongst Campbell and Meyer.
Roman.
All right.
Rookie card.
He's got it. He's got the two. Do I make it interesting and not answer the third one and leave it down to the last one?
We could leave it down to the last one.
Ooh. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Carter's beat me on some quick draws tonight, so this could be my downfall right here.
New York Mets catcher.
Francisco Alvarez.
That is correct.
That was quick. All right. It all comes down to this. 13.
Okay. This last round is going to be a little bit different. It is one guess at a time. Okay. It is one guess at a time.
Do we
How's
like
How's
buzz
that possible
in?
with one card?
Do we buzz in or do we each get do we get a guess?
You're going to buzz in. You're going to buzz in by raising your hand.
Okay, how about this though? How about you read some stats, or not stats, but you give us a little bit about it, and then we each form a guess and we say it at the same time.
Okay, that sounds good.
That way, if we do both know it, somebody doesn't get screwed by a bad connection or something.
Okay, that works for me.
Yeah.
He had a
that's fair.
219 average last year for a team in the American League East. I'm going to count us down. 3, 2, 1. I need a guess.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
219 is ass.
I know I'm going very obscure here. All right. He was drafted in the first round by the New York Yankees
I think I know it.
in 2020. 3, 2, 1. I need a guess.
Volpe?
And Rice.
Both are incorrect. One of you might get it on this next clue. This player was mentioned as being born in the United States, but actually representing a different country in this year's 2026 World Baseball Classic. He is not representing the United States. He is representing the Dominican Republic. It was mentioned earlier in tonight's episode. I will give a 5-second countdown here. Joe thinks he knows it. He's confident. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Need a guess.
Austin Wells.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Austin Wells is correct. And Joe takes the Hangers Are Bangers Trivia Challenge. A close race between two great competitors.
He had 219? That's pitiful.
I think he was on, I want to say John had him at the beginning of the year because he got off to that hot start and then he just kind of fell off. And I think he had some positional flexibility because he's a catcher, but I think he plays a little bit of outfield too. Or I'm thinking of Ben Rice. You think
of Ben Rice, yeah.
I mean, just to
He
put
still
this
has
into
Ben Rice.
just to put this into perspective, Dylan Dingler hit 278. 219 is crazy.
I mean,
It,
that's not surprising for a catcher, though. Look at like Jake Rogers, man.
yeah, but Jake Rogers played in how many games last year? 40? You weren't trotting out
Yeah,
Jake
I guess that's
Rogers
true.
every day.
That's true.
Jake Rogers played in 46 games last year and hit 187. Not much different than 219. Like, that's 30 points? Come on. Austin
Well-
Wells played how many games? At least 100.
Yeah, it was like 120, 126. So
You continue to trot out a guy that was hitting 219 who hit 21 bombs. Not that crazy. It's not like he put up 40 bombs.
Yankees got to find somebody better, man. Put Ben Rice behind the
Ben
plate.
Rice for 100%.
You might as well, at that point, throw out the dude that was an Uber driver for them like 2 years ago. Escara, JP or JC Escara. I think he was an Uber driver like 2 years ago. And now he's a major league catcher. Throw him out there. Give him a chance.
Well, fellas, we didn't save any time, unfortunately, tonight for any thought-provoking statements and shout-outs. Unfortunately, we are going to have to end the episode right here. Joe does have a quick reveal here as we are really running out of time. We've got an auto card from the Stadium Series rip that Joe did the other night.
I can't see it on my
I have no
end. It's
idea who that
tiny.
is.
Is it a Dodger? Yeah, it's
Ben
Dodger.
Casparius, World Series champion.
Ooh, nice. He's a good pitcher.
Solid.
World Series champion, had like a 4 ERA last year.
Actually, a pretty sweet
His
auto.
his underlying stats are really good.
He's got some good numbers.
Well, that's going to do it, everyone, for episode 2 of the 2026 LBFL podcast. Be sure to tune in next week. But in the meantime, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Never stop chasing your little big league dreams.